Hey, it's Aaron. Today I want to talk about why you should not pay cash at the dealership. I get this question a lot. This is from a bunch of people, so I'm not going to attribute it to any one person. It's a question that comes up pretty regularly. I've addressed it in the past, but that was quite a while ago, and I can't even find that video now. So it's so deep in my catalog that whatever. It's worth doing a new one. So, first thing to say is that this applies to high-end purchases. So if you're going to the used car dealer and you're buying a not high-end purchase, so we're talking $15,000 or less, this does not apply to you. Paying cash is perfectly fine in those situations. We're talking about high-end cars, so we're talking about certified used and brand new cars. So this is in the usually you're going to be in the 20,000 plus range buying in this category. So when you go to the dealership and you have cash on hand, so let's say you have $40,000 in your hand or in the bank and you plan on buying a new vehicle with it, do not tell the dealer that. And there's two simple reasons for that. The first one is that the dealership makes money on the loan, and they will not give you a good deal if they know they are not going to get a loan kickback. So that's your first one. The second reason is it's actually better for your credit to purchase on credit, even if you pay it off fairly quickly. Going into debt is not the same when you have the money on hand to pay that debt. It is not the same as just going into debt. Any financial advisor will explain that to you. So I am not a financial advisor, but this is pretty simple, this credit 101 that most people should be aware of, whatever your age. When you buy things on credit, you're flexing your credit. It's a good thing. And when you pay it early or you pay it on time, that's an even better thing. So it's a good idea to purchase a vehicle on credit if you can, and most likely you can. There are several ways to do it. I'll leave that to you to figure that out. What I'm saying is you should use the credit. But more importantly, you should get a better deal if you're buying on credit. So if you go to the dealership, my recommendation is to get pre-approved and then go to the dealership, especially if you are buying on credit because you don't have the cash to pay. But even if you do, pre-approval does not hurt you at all. It's a good idea. And then it gives the dealership something to fight against. Because if you come in and you have a pre-approval of, say, 5.5% interest rate, and the dealership now needs to find a better deal than that, and they almost always will. So they'll almost always find you a deal where you're more like, where maybe that 5.5 now becomes 5.4 or 5.25 or something. So you just got a better credit deal out of the thing. The dealer still gets their kickback for doing the credit deal, and everybody wins, right? So if you go in and you tell them that you're paying cash, you've now taken a big option off the table in terms of the dealer getting back-end income on this deal. They are now not going to negotiate with that money where they would have before. So if you go in and the dealer is expecting this deal, if I get the credit for this guy to buy this car, the dealership is going to see $500. Well, that's $500 that they can now negotiate with when they're arguing with you or negotiating over the price, or what your trade-in value is or anything like that. So number one thing to never do is walk into a dealership to buy a high-end purchase and flex by saying you're going to pay cash, because that is no bueno. The dealership will lose money and they won't be interested in making a deal with you. But if you do buy on credit, it both bolsters your own credit. Even if you pay it off, like I said, you just take a small dollar hit to pay it off early. Just make sure there is no clause that gives a penalty for paying early. There generally is not, but make sure there is not. But really, you will get credit boost from that and the dealer will be more likely to deal with you. So to give you some sort of deal. So that's my advice. That's the short version. If you're going into the dealership to buy a car, do not tell them you're paying cash. That's it. All right. This has been Aaron. Oh, I'll tell you how to get a hold of me first. If you got a question you want me to answer, hit me up in the comments down below. Find me on Aaron on Autos or any other website and ask me your question. Make sure that you DM or directly mail or something me so that I will see it. But you get that question to me, I will do my best to answer it. All right. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.